You don't mind if I look through here, do you?
No, go ahead. Got too much stuff.
Hey, what's up everybody? Freebooter here. And today we have an awesome lot of comic book ephemera. So I picked this up out here at the flea market for $20. And I actually picked it up right in front of my competitor, who is a comic book collector and reseller. That's like all he resells is comic books. And he looked through all this stuff, decided he didn't want it, and then I moved in and I was like, how much do you want for this? And she sold it to me for 20 bucks for this whole pile of paper stuff. It was in a box, and I was like, what do you want for the whole box? And she ended up selling it to me for 20 bucks. And he was standing there looking at me, and he knew he missed out. But I guess he just knows about comic books. He doesn't really know about posters and so forth. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so first we got this playbill, and there is a bunch of stuff that isn't really comic books in here. Sorry, my hands are a little dirty. I actually, I was putting some sealant on the roof of my RV earlier today, and I did get some on my hands, and that stuff is a heck of a hard to get off, and it's just on my hands, so it looks kind of nasty. Anyways, I live in disaster. I'm used to it. Don't worry about me, though. So first we got this playbill, Walter Kerr Theater, I Hate Hamlet. Now this would probably be worth like maybe 10, maybe 15 bucks. But it does still have the original ticket stub and whatever that piece of paper is. I'm not really sure. So I don't really know what it's gonna go with with those in there. But I'm guessing somewhere between 15 and 30 bucks. So like I said, I paid 20 bucks for all of this. And I'm probably going to make my money back off the first couple items. So next we got this. I did some research on it, and I cannot figure out what these guys are. The Young Celebrities. It is signed. Can't read that. Mary Wilson, Matt T. If you know anything about the Young Celebrities, please comment below. Directed by Ron Joy. I thought that said J. We got some random copied paper stuff there. Some really interesting little 7-Eleven comic books. I think you actually bought these at 7-Eleven, or maybe they came with your stuff. Maybe you got it free when you bought stuff. Not really sure, but I think that I can get about 15 to 20 bucks for the two of them. Next we got, this is really interesting, another vinyl. September 17, 1971, Paul's Birthday Party, The Barehanded Wolf Chokers, alive and well at Nick Fink's. So this is Nick Fink's world famous restaurant. And I did Google this, and it's a real restaurant. I think it's actually still going, but this is from 1971. I'm actually going to throw this up on eBay for like 100 bucks, or best offer. I couldn't find any other ones on eBay or anywhere else, actually. I could not find any vinyl from this place, so that seems to be pretty rare. I'm going to put it up for $100, the best offer, see what happens. You know, minimum, I think something like that is going to go for 15, 20 bucks. Next, we got some just promotional cards here. Some random Marvel cards. Usually these things don't go for a lot of money, but I'll do a little bit of research on them. Maybe I'll get a couple bucks out of them, who knows. Just some little things thrown in. Next, we got some more promotional stuff for the Sci-Fi Emporium. These are early 80s, I believe 1980 or 81. I got a whole bunch of this promotional stuff. Eat a Book, Sci-Fi Emporium. That might be considered a bookmark. I'm not really sure. And this stuff is in such good shape. Like, it's in really good condition. It almost seems like it would be, it could be modern, but it's not. This is authentic early 80s and late 70s stuff. A lot of it is. We got another playbill, Penn and Teller, signed by Teller, and there's nothing else in it. No other writing or anything like that. So I'm not really sure what a signature by Teller should go for, but I'm guessing similar to the other one, between 15 and 30 bucks. So next we got a poster. Let's see here. We got a poster. I don't know who this lady is. I'm guessing she's a musician. I'm also guessing this poster isn't worth very much because it's got a big old tear there, another big old tear there. And the bottom it says, I love you, and I think that's Donna. Donna something. Who is that? Please comment below. This is where things start getting really cool. FringeCon is an old comic book sci-fi convention, and this actually was this letter was sent out in '79 for the 1980 FringeCon, and I think that was actually the first FringeCon. So we got the hotel registration form, and this is what do you call this thing? It's the let's see, it says, well, here it is, a month before FringeCon approximately, and for you prepaid members who are responsible for raising the money to pay off the convention's pre-con expenses, we are sending out this progress report. Okay, so this is a progress report, and it kind of, you got like some information about what's going on at the FringeCon. So I actually got a whole ton of FringeCon stuff. I might just put it together. I'm not really sure yet. I might sell it piece by piece, or I might lot it together. Let's see here. I'm guessing if I lot all the FringeCon stuff together, I'm going to get at least $100 out of it. I don't know who these guys are. I don't know that much about pop culture at all, unless it's certain things like maybe comic books, maybe a little bit of movies, maybe some cartoons or something, but I'm not good at music at all. Like as a kid, I was not a music kid. I was not into music that much, other than maybe like techno or something, but as far as bands go, I have no idea who these guys are. If you know who they are, comment below. Cool little poster though. I'm guessing that is 70s. It looks 70s to me. Next, we got this Stuart the Rat by Steve Gerber, 19. Here's another piece of FringeCon ephemera. Tower Plaza Cinema presents FringeCon Midnight Show, the unsurpassed space adventure of all time, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Super cool. And I could probably get like maybe 10, 15 bucks for this kind of stuff, because this is early 80s, and probably nobody else on eBay has that, especially in that condition. But like I said, I'm probably going to lot all the FringeCon stuff together. So next, we got another one. This is it's an order form for t-shirts and tote bags. And this is really cool. San Diego Comic-Con. This is the big one right here. The San Diego Comic-Con, 1981. The FringeCon, a lot of people are not going to know about. The San Diego Comic-Con, like everybody's going to know about. But this is still an old one. This is a membership and dealer registration and also room reservation paper. This is really rare right here. I've never actually heard of this stuff before, but it does make sense. Starweb, play-by-mail strategic space game. This is just an order form, and I might lot this together with a bunch of the other comic book convention stuff. Otherwise, I'm guessing maybe the value is 10 to 20 bucks. I'm really not sure on that kind of stuff. We got the Science Fiction Shop one. We got another Make Your FringeCon Weekend Complete with a quick trip to the Science Fiction Shop. I might lot a lot of this stuff together. Even this one, The Empire Strikes Back. This is from 1980, and it's an order form. Empire Illustrated novel and some other Empire stuff. We got another really rare convention, WesterCon 34. And let's see here. Dungeons & Dragons. See, it has art show, masquerade. See, this wasn't really considered like a comic book convention. This was like a science fiction and book convention and all sorts of interesting stuff. Dungeons & Dragons, Pro Guest of Honor. I don't know who that is. C.J. Sherry or something. Chelsea Quinn Yarbrough. And Fan Guest of Honor, Grant Garfield. This is one of my favorite things that I picked up. This is super cool because I'm a big fan of EC. The Vault of Horror Portfolio. So how many... I forget how many pictures there's in here. This is from 1982. I couldn't find any of these on eBay right now. I'm guessing this might be worth like $100 or something. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, feel free to point it out. The 29 covers contained in this envelope represent some of the finest artwork done for EC Comics. These are the same covers used in the complete Vault of Horror, except they are trimmed to include the entire cover. The artwork, entirely by editor Johnny Craig, was colored especially for this series by the original EC color. There's like 20 of these prints in here, and they are super, super cool. So that was really exciting to find in here for 20 bucks. I mean, that probably would have been worth 20 bucks right there, just by itself. We got some Cerebus prints. Now, this was a comic book by Dave Sim. I always wanted to read this as a kid. I never had a chance, though, because you had to go to a comic book store, and the only comic books I could ever pick up were at the grocery store or something. So I got some prints, and I think these might have gone in a portfolio. I'm not really sure. Yeah, probably. Obviously, there's so many of them. These definitely went in a portfolio. I'm not sure which portfolio, but I did get another portfolio here. See, I thought those actually went in here, but they don't, because this portfolio is complete. It's complete in there, and it's smaller. They don't actually fit in this envelope. So this is the animated Cerebus portfolio, and this is worth... It's in rough... I mean, the outside is in rough shape. It is complete with all the pictures inside. and they're in good shape inside. The outside is a little rough. Oh, my camera's not focusing. Okay, so the camera, or the outside is a little rough. But if this is in good shape, I think it's like 70 to 100 bucks. In this shape, maybe 40 or 50 bucks. So awesome score. FOOG, Friends of Old Gerber, Jack Kirby. This is another complete portfolio. I don't want to take all the stuff out of the portfolios right now. When I found this, the guy who looked through it before me, the comic book collector or whatever, because I thought he was my big time competitor for comic book stuff, but he passed up on this for 20 bucks. Can you believe that? Can you imagine being a comic book collector and passing up on this lot? I mean, it was unbelievable. Anyways, when he was looking through the box, he took all of the pictures out of the portfolio, out of the slipcases. So I had to organize them all and put them back in. So, anyways, I don't want to take them back out. This is complete, and this is maybe worth 20 bucks, 20, 25 bucks. There is a bunch more of these on eBay right now, and some of them has sold. I think it was 20, 25 bucks. We got Marvel Team Up Portfolio, and actually, we do have the other one in here somewhere. This is complete. We got the Doctor Strange Portfolio. I think this is worth maybe 20 to 30 bucks. And somebody has both of the Marvel. We'll find that other one in a minute here. We got a Boris Vallejo Fantasy Calendar from 1983. We got some really interesting posters here. This is a Sandman poster from 2008, celebrating 20 years of the Sandman. I'm not going to unfold that. It's a big, big poster right there. And we do have a duplicate of that. We got a cool Flash poster. I don't know, maybe, probably just stuff that they picked up at the comic convention, because that's what most of this looks like. It looks like they went to comic book conventions and just threw this stuff in a box. Got another poster here. Oh yeah, I remember this. This is a cool one. I was a big fan of Prince Valiant when I was a kid, so this is a pretty sweet score right here. I might hang on to this. It's not worth a bunch of money because it's actually not supposed to be folded. If it was not folded, I could probably get maybe 40 or 50 bucks out of it like that. Maybe, I don't know, 25 bucks, 20, 25 bucks. But I was thinking of just holding on to it, and when I have a wall to put it on that wall. So that'd be pretty cool. Frazetta Calendar, 1982. Big fan of Frazetta. This was one of the first things I saw in there, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. The calendar, I don't think it's worth a lot. Probably like maybe $10 shipped. Metamorphosis Odyssey, 1979 by Jim Starlin. This is complete, I think, or 1980, excuse me. And this goes for, I think, 20, 25 bucks. I'm not sure if I saw this on eBay. I don't think I did too much research on this exact portfolio, so I'm not really sure. It's a Superman portfolio. It's got all sorts of artists in here. Even Jack Kirby. You got a Jack Kirby one. And it is complete, I believe. Actually, I don't know. I need to do more research on this Superman one. Got Cloak and Dagger. I did some research on this, and it's going for like 20, 25 bucks. That is complete. And here's the other Marvel Team Up portfolio. I said I had that other one. And as you can see, it's kind of ripped up and stuff. I may lot a bunch of these portfolios together to give somebody a deal and just sell a bunch at one time. But I'm guessing, not counting that horror portfolio, I'm guessing the other one's like 100 bucks easy there. Somebody has just the two Marvel Team Up portfolios up for 100 bucks, and they do sell for like $30 or $40 each, something like that. And now we got some random prints or plates or whatever you want to call them. Limited edition plates, set 1. We got Batman and Robin there. And who is that? I don't know who does that art. We got the Justice League. Oh, Justice League versus the Avengers. Who's that? Neil Adams. And this guy, can't remember this guy's name. Gray Marrow. Gray Marrow. And we got some tatas. I'm not going to show those on here in case there's some prudes and like report me on YouTube or something. And we got a Marvel superhero portfolio. I don't know how this was supposed to be set up because all I had was this like front cover and then a bunch of art. And I believe it is complete, but these are kind of like they were displayed or something. There's some nicks and small tears and stuff on them. Got some more comic book convention stuff. This is like the parking arrangement and where you're supposed to go, convention registration and so forth. Raiders of the Lost Ark. And this is like old stuff. This isn't out of some magazine. This is some piece of paper they picked up, some promotional stuff that they picked up at the comic convention way back in the day. Star Wars, and this is, what is this, 79 or 80? I think that's a 1981. And this is interesting here. I don't know if this probably isn't worth anything, but it's just some random coloring book pages that somebody colored. Probably just going to toss these out or something, maybe give them away. Probably just toss them out. And we got another cover to the superhero portfolio. This is another really cool one. This one I was pretty excited to see. Two-Fisted Tales. This was a war comic book, and this is complete. I might take these out so you can take a look at them. I'm going to put this aside. I might decide to take them out so you can see those. They're really, really cool. I love all those old horror comic books. It was EC. Yeah, it was EC. EC was just so cool. They were so cool they got the comic code introduced, I believe. This is signed Marshall Rogers, the Batman portfolio. That is complete. We got City, a narrative portfolio by Will Eisner. It is a little messed up, though. As you can see, it's all tore up on the corners there. I really enjoy his art on the Spirit. And if this was in good shape, I think it's worth like 60 or 70 bucks, but it is rough, so I'm really not sure. We got some empty little bags here. That guy who was going through them just like emptied them out, and so I don't know what was in 1981 and 1980. I don't know. But it was obviously two different comic book conventions this guy went to. We got the fantastic art of Frank Frazetta. That is, I believe, book 1. We got book 2. We got book 3. And we got book 4. Isn't this book 4? Yeah, book 4. So these 4 books are easily going to make up for the price. As soon as I saw this, I think this is like a $30 book right here, all by itself. So just this is going to pay for this whole lot of stuff. We got some random newer comic book convention stuff too. I don't think this stuff's worth anything at all. 2018 Summer Insider. I'm not really sure. We got some, I think these are tattoos. What does that say? Halloween? I don't know. Don't know much about that. This is really, really interesting here. Okay, this is some original art. And I think this guy picked this up at a comic book convention, but I don't know who drew it. And they also drew this. Mary, I've been Googling this name and I can't figure out what it is. Mary Wishline, I don't know what that is. For Rick, 1983. And this one's 1984. So really, really interesting, really cool. I don't know if these are worth a lot or if they're worth anything. But one of the coolest things I found in here for sure. Any original art, I'm just happy to find that. Whether it's worth a lot or not, it's just a super cool find. San Diego Comic-Con Comics. Not really anything to say about that, other than it's got the mask in it. The mask is super cool. The X-Files. This is some newer stuff. This poster right here is actually worth like 30 bucks, unless it's not supposed to be folded. You know what? I'm not really sure. This is Adam Hughes, and this is his Sexy Women of the DC Universe. The Real Power of the DC Universe, and it's got a bunch of the female comic book stars. And this is another one of those Sandman comics, or posters, same exact one. San Diego Comic-Con Convention Events Guide from 1988. That's probably worth at least 15 bucks right there. We got an Ashcan comic, Oni Press. Usagi Yojimbo, Stan Sakai. I got a bunch of those actually. We got Conan the Barbarian. There's the other Usagi poster. Another poster here. What is this? Dark Horse Comics celebrates 28 years of manga. And we got another one of those, The Real Power of the DC Universe. The ones I did see went for like 30, and there was a special one that was going for like $80 or something. But I'm guessing this is worth like 20 to 30 bucks. I think this is that same Dark Horse, 28 years. Ferryman, the Conan poster. Got a Green Lantern poster. Another Usagi poster. Indiana Jones. I'm not going to open this up. This is a big old poster. Savage Sword of Conan poster. Wish they'd come out with a good Conan movie. We got Apocalypse. That is Apocalypse, isn't it? Or is it Darkseid? Am I wrong on that? It's probably Darkseid. Yeah, never mind. It's Darkseid. I thought it was Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a total ripoff of Darkseid. We got another Flash. We got another Flash. We got a little tiny ElfQuest comic book. Black Hammer comic book. Warner Books introduces graphic novels. This is some sort of poster. Not going to open that up. Time for the Avenger to start avenging. We got an Iron Man poster. And we got some random autographs. I can't read that. Something Love Ridley or something. I don't know. Dark Knight, I don't know. He wrote some stuff down. Manga Magazine. Judge Dredd, he is the law. Judge Dredd's the coolest. Same Green Lantern poster, same one. World of Warcraft. Gears of War. Ferryman. Comic Con Magazine. 2009. Another events guide. And these events guides do sell. I think they go for minimum $15, and I think some of them go for maybe $40 or $50, depending on the one. Probably the older ones. This is probably a little too new to go for that much, so I'm guessing $15. Comic Con. I saw a set of these two exact ones go for, I think it was $25 or $30. Okay, before I get into the two coolest things, I'm going to go through these tiny little things on the side here. We got this, I don't know, this little mask from Netflix, Umbrella ACAD, Dark Horse. I don't know what that is. We got a little set of the Hulk playing cards, tiny little set of cards. And we got some firecrackers. I actually got 2 packs of these firecrackers. Thunder Bomb, Caution, Explosive. Hey, these are illegal. Don't tell anybody. They probably don't work, though. We got 2 packs of these. I don't know what happened to the other one. And we got this. This is worth like $35 right here. Batman Deluxe Reissue. This is a full set of the Deluxe Reissue cards. And I'm going to pause this, and then we're going to get right into the coolest thing that I picked up over here in 1 second. Alright, let's get into this. I'm going to go with this one first. Okay, so this is the Fringe Con. What do they call this? It's like the guide, or I guess it's the program. This is the Fringe Con program. You know what? Let's go to this one first, because that one's the cooler one. Okay, so we got the Fringe Con program, first one. And we got some autographs on here. I don't know who these are. To Rick, the best of all possible worlds. Something. I can't read it. What are you doing, kitty? What are you doing? I don't know what she's doing. Peace, something. Fringe Con 2. I guess we're going to Fringe Con 2 first. I just wanted to do this. Okay, so we got the Sunday programming here. Friday programming. Buck Rogers, V, the Yellow Submarine, clothes, blah, blah, blah. I've been awake way too long. So we got some children's writing on here. And unfortunately we don't have James Doohan's. Let's see the guests. James Doohan, John Nolan, Jessica Vaughn, Theodore Sturgeon, Jane Tannehill, Chris Claremont, Don Newton, Lucy Chase Williams. Unfortunately we don't have James Doohan's signature. But we do have Don Newton and Chris Claremont. Now Chris Claremont was, when I was young, he was, I believe, wasn't he doing the X-Men? Currently, yes, he was the X-Men. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a long time since I read the X-Men, but I think he did the Dark Phoenix saga. I believe he did, and that was huge. That was like one of the best. Anyways, the 80s X-Men, I loved the 80s X-Men, all of the 80s X-Men. Jesco Von Kamer, I don't know who this guy is. This is the big guy right here. These comic book artists, I'm like, oh, the comic book artist, or this guy's not a comic book artist, is he? I don't know Don Newton. I probably should. Continues the team. We took art classes. He drew the New Gods, Aquaman, Star Hunters, and Shazam. Anyways, this guy over here, I didn't get a signature, so I don't know. NASA Aerospace Specialist. It says it right there. Anyways, didn't get a signature, so not important. We did get a couple more signatures in here. Program notes. Even without the signatures, this is a pretty rare guide, and I could probably get maybe $40 or $50 for it, I'm guessing. There was no solds on eBay. It's a pretty rare guide, like I said. We also got Lucy Chase Williams. Not sure who she is. Theodore Sturgeon and Jane Tannehill. Jane Tannehill. Now this guy, I think he wrote science fiction books. Yeah, he's a science fiction author. Theodore Sturgeon. So that was awesome. And now we got Fringe Con. This is the first one. So this is the first one right here. Program highlights. Guests, Stan Lee, Chris Claremont. Blah, blah, blah. And right off the bat, as soon as I opened this, I was like, oh! Stan Lee autograph. What is up, my friends? I believe that's signed to the person who asked for the signature. And unbelievable. The 20 bucks right there, that one signature is worth the 20 bucks, obviously. But on the next page, we got Walter Koenig, who played Chekhov on the original Star Trek. We got his signature. George Takei, who played Sulu on the original Star Trek. We got his signature to Rick. And Rick is the guy who owned all this stuff. And I think he may have passed away, but I appreciate this a lot, Rick. Thank you for collecting all this awesome stuff. These three signatures are one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a row that I have ever bought. A signature by Stan Lee, a signature by Walter Koenig, and a signature by George Takei. I watched the heck out of Star Trek growing up, and I mean, I can't even believe that. Even if I didn't watch Star Trek, you'd still know who they were. And then guess what? In here, in the Sunday programming that was folded up in here, we have a picture of Stan Lee shaking hands. I wish that the guy would have got himself in the picture with Stan Lee, but we do have him shaking, or we have Stan Lee shaking his hand, and this is a exclusive, one-of-a-kind photo of Stan Lee. How cool is that? Saturday programming right there. Unbelievable. Super, super amazing. Super duper, unbelievably amazing. I'm not going to play it cool on that. I mean, that was just unbelievable. And I mean, here's a cherry on top. We got Jack Williamson, and we got another Chris Claremont signature. What is going on? I mean, come on. Anyways, I paid $20 for all that. And go ahead and soak it in. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Freebooter out. Peace. You know what, guys? I actually forgot. I knew that I forgot something, but I couldn't remember what it was. It was this bag. This was $20. But I also bought some other stuff, and she threw some free stuff in. So, she threw this stuff in. I don't even know what it is. Los Angeles. This was from the same guy, she said. So, it's just some more random comic book ephemera stuff from the comic book convention. The CDG comic book, Supermansion, Colony US. What is it? Oh, Deadpool. That's kind of cool. Another one of those, and another one of those things. And she also threw this stuff in. I got a Pokemon, Cyndaquil. I know it's pronounced Pokemon. We got some strategy guide, or what is that? Adventure guide. So the reason she threw those in is because I helped her unload some stuff. So she had some more boxes, and she said she might have some more cool stuff in her trailer. And I was like, oh, I'll help you unload it, because she was tired and she didn't want to unload anything else. And I was like, oh, don't worry, I'm here to save the day. I'll unload everything for you if I can look through it. Anyways, I picked out this also, and I paid another $2 for this. This is the Robot Spirits Gundam, and this exact model sells for, I think I can get between $35 and $40 in this condition. If it was in mint condition, I might be able to get like 60 or 70 bucks for it, but score on that. We also got a few more comic book conventions. We got The Walking Dead, Rick Kennedy. That's kind of cool. His name is actually Rick. So, anyways, we got some cards. I think she threw these in for free. Yeah, these are some more free things that she threw in. I got this for free. I picked this up out of one of the boxes. We got an old Magneto. I think this is Kenner, isn't it? Marvel. Oh, never mind. I thought Kenner made that. It's an old Magneto from 1984. Super cool. That guy's probably worth 10, 15 bucks all by himself. Got it for free. Who is Damien? Just some random little like tattoos and stuff. We got a little Hellboy tattoo. We got some pins in the bottom. There's another Hellboy tattoo, another Hellboy tattoo, and go ahead and look at these pins. So I just paid a few more bucks, and I got a bunch of pins. We got the Flash Fall on CBS, the Hellboy pin, Batman. I think I sold that one a long time ago for like 10 bucks or something. Got some random, I don't even know what that is. Flash. We got some Mutant Genesis, 1991. We got a Batman. This is like right when the Batman movie came out. They had all these pins. The Flash pin, San Diego Comic Con 1989 pin. And now, oh wait, some UV glasses. What is it? Car to go. And that's really it. Thanks for watching, guys.